Welcome to this basic tutorial on programming the Proto Reflex Rail. This is a 2014 Proto Reflex Rail in PGA Mach 14. This board has 5 settings that you can change. You're able to change the anti-bolt stick, trigger sensitivity, dwell, rate of fire, and firing modes. Within the firing modes, you have 4 modes to choose from. First being semi-automatic. Second is your Millennium ramping. Third is PSP burst. And 4 is your full auto. To change these settings, you'll want to flip your marker over. Remove the 3 screws that holds the grip down. And next to your battery, you'll see 2 dip switches labeled 1 and 2. The first option is the anti-bolt stick. To enable it, dip switch 1 needs to be in the up or on position. Dip switch number 2 needs to be in the down or off. To disable ABS, simply move dip switch 1 to the off position so that both 1 and 2 are in the down or off position. And again, to enable anti-bolt stick, move dip switch 1 to the on position. Basically, anti-bolt stick will increase the dwell for your next shot when the marker hasn't been used for longer than 15 seconds. Therefore, when you're on the chronograph, make sure that first shot you go ahead and send it down range, and then allow your consecutive shots to dial in your velocity. Now, to get into the other 4 options that you can change, you need to go into your configuration or programming mode. To do that, move dip switch 1 in the on position, dip switch 2 in the on position. Now when you power on your board, you'll be in configuration mode. The first mode you see here is a green LED. This is your trigger sensitivity. Trigger sensitivity is the amount of time measured in milliseconds that the trigger has to be released before the next trigger pulled is allowed. Many of you may also refer to this as debounce. The factory setting is 3 millisecond, which works great in semi-auto fire. You can manipulate the values from 1 to 20 milliseconds. So to explain how this works, basically, if you see that you are firing more balls than you are physically pulling the trigger, this is the settings that you need to change. All you need to do is move it closer or higher to the value of 20, but 3 milliseconds works great. Second option here is a red LED. This is dwell. Dwell is basically just the amount of time the solenoid valve is left over when the marker is operating. This is a very advanced feature. So if you're a basic user, just go ahead and leave the factory default at 18. For you more experienced users that know how to mess with the dwell, this value can be changed from 1 to 30. But again, if you're a beginner, just leave it on the stock setting. Third option here is your maximum rate of fire. Values can be changed from 1 to 45. This does not mean you can shoot 45 balls per second. It's just allowing you to change the ball settings according to a table on page 11 in your manual. The default is 12.5 BPS, which is a value of 20. We'll show you how to manipulate the trigger to set those values. Finally is a yellow LED. This is your firing mode. And again, you are aware that you have 4 modes that you can choose from. 1 being the semi-automatic, 2 is your Millennium ramping, 3 is your PSP burst, and 4 is full auto. So right now this marker stock will come in semi-automatic fire at 12.5 BPS. Currently I played with this marker yesterday, and the settings of the rate of fire is down to 10.2 at semi-auto. So let's go ahead and change this firing mode to Millennium ramping. To do that, you'll want to pull the trigger in for 1 second. The marker will start to flash how many times the current setting, what the value is. So since I know I'm in semi-auto, I should see this marker blink once. And there you go, 1 blink. Now it's waiting for my new value, which Millennium is 2 trigger pulls. 1, 2. The marker will save the settings. Now the marker is set to Millennium ramping. Once the programming has been saved, it automatically defaults to the first option you can change, which is trigger sensitivity, this green LED. So what we can do is just go ahead and verify that we are in Millennium, go back to firing mode. And as you know, I set the value to 2, so I should see 2 blinks on the verify. 1, 2. Again, it's waiting for my value. I'll just go ahead and set it to Millennium. 1, 2. Next, let's go ahead and increase the rate of fire from 10.2 balls per second to 12.5. So we need to get into the blue LED, which is the rate of fire. As I said previously, it's currently set to 10.2. According to the table, that should be 5 clicks for the value setting, and 12.5 is 20. So let's verify that it is at 10.2 with a value of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's waiting for my new setting. I'm going to go to 12.5 BPS, and according to the table on page 11, that's 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this marker is now set to Millennium ramping at 12.5 BPS. In order to power off the marker, you will need to exit your configuration or programming mode. To do that, simply move dip switch 2 in the off position. You saw the board had a series of colors. That's just saving everything, exiting programming mode. Now you can power off the marker. I'll go ahead and power on the marker for you so you can verify that it is in Millennium. Right now the marker is on. The eyes are also on, as indicated by the red LED here. To turn off the eyes, hit your option key here for 1 second. You'll see the red blinking LED. This indicates that the eyes are off and the marker can fire. I'll increase the rate of fire so you can hear the Millennium. And go ahead and power off the board. And that's how you program the Proto Reflex Rail. Just a quick tip, when you're gassing the system, you'll notice there's a little bevel here. Make sure you turn the air port all the way over this bevel. This locks in your ASA. I've seen some users only go halfway, and as soon as they release it, the switch just goes right back down. So make sure you clear that bevel all the way in, locking it in. When you degas the system will purge. However, the gas behind the bolt is still there. To clear that, simply turn on your marker. Make sure you have if your barrel's still in, make sure you have a barrel cover on. All you need to do is hold the trigger for 1 second and it will force the system to cycle. So that will purge. Or of course you can hold down your option key to turn off the eyes and fire that shot out. But just to save yourself some time, again, all you need to do is hold the trigger for 1 second and it'll force the shot. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.